So, as explained in previous clips, Land's End to John O'Groats is the most recognised route. However, the most southerly geographical point is Lizard Point, and the most northerly geographical point is Dunnet Head. So as well as doing Land's End to John O'Groats, I wanted to tick the other box and go from Lizard Point to Dunnet Head. Once I got to Land's End around about 11 o'clock in the morning, I had the decision then whether to stop for the day and continue and do the Dunnet Head leg the next day, but I decided to push on and try and nibble into that and at least try and do some of it, if not all. It was a long day in the end, and I managed to finish the whole Dunnet Head leg, finishing around about 4:45 in the afternoon. And effectively, I've done now both Land's End to John O'Groats and Lizard Point to Dunnet Head. So the following clips are clips of the same day I got to John O'Groats, but later in the day, and the afternoon of day 56 from Lizard Point and 53 from Land's End. So there's John O'Groats, the road I've just been on, half a mile away. I finished the walk, and it's still the same day, and I'm going to make inroads into the 16.5 miles to Dunnet Head. I expect that it's going to be very exposed once I shift away from these houses, and it's going to be tough going. So I'm going to do my best. Dunnet Head's right around that peninsula that we can see in the distance, and it's the true northern point. So even though John O'Groats has been done, and that's really I'm happy to call that my finish point, I just want to tick Dunnet Head off. I'll regret it if I don't. Hi guys! Hi guys! So right into the headwind at the moment, making it really difficult walking conditions. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day. And here's a little clip for Naomi, who's watching in the Wairarapa in New Zealand. And Naomi's going to be 9 very soon. How are you? Hey mate. I suspect that is a passenger ferry. Yards maybe. What does that mean? There's going to be lots more traffic on this road a little bit later. Hope not. The Canonsby Church has been around since the 6th century. In some sort of shape or form. The ship has come into dock, so I have to keep my eye out for more traffic now, I guess. Sure enough, got a whole heap of traffic now coming off the ferry, I presume. Just have to watch myself. Gills Bay. Hopefully all the cars have disembarked by now. So that was the island of Stroma, and it had a population as high as 375 in the late 19th century. Eventual immigration saw the last family leave to the mainland in 1962. But it's obviously known as the Gills Bay to Orkney Ferry. So I've turned off the A road, and this is a slightly longer route. It takes about an extra 7 minutes according to Google Maps, but it's very quiet, and we like quiet. Can see the peninsula head where Dunnet Head is. I've got a second option to make actually coming ahead. I can turn right here, but if I go straight on, it says, Google Maps says it's 8 minutes slower. But I reckon the number of times I have to stop on the A road, I reckon I'll make up that time on this minor road. And it's actually a beautiful little walk, this one. Shame about the wind.
Turn right.
Oh, there's Google Maps. Shame about the wind, but I reckon I'll get some protection from that little group of trees ahead. That right turning I'm not going to take looks like someone's driveway, doesn't it? So pleased I came off the A road. This has been really easy. One tiny problem is the wind's going in my face, so I can't really hear traffic coming from behind. And they're literally just crawling past me within a few metres before I realised there's someone there, so I'm keeping well over on the side. But I've only had 2 or 3 cars pass me anyway. But the trees did provide some cover, so clearly it's coming at an angle. I've got some more trees coming up. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah! And a big, huge thank you to Tony Glentworth. Tony's been messaging me the last couple of hours, keeping an eye on me, as he did on Tiararoa. And he also provided the tracking system where people can see my immediate location, and he did it free of charge. And it's very much appreciated, Tony. Thank you. Charleston Farm. Google Maps has got me turning up here. It receives funding. Great view. Oh well. Google Maps say I can go up here. I'm sure I can. If I get told off, let's use the gift of the gab. Get myself out of it. I feel like I'm walking through someone's house. Keep my voice down. Finally, I'm back on the A road. Unfortunately, a little bit of traffic on here by the look of things. Just have to do the best I can. I don't think I'm on it for too long though. Oh, I've got a hidden dip coming up. I wonder if it's hummus. Dunnet Head, 5 1/4, the first sign of Dunnet Head. I've done 9 1/2 since John O'Groats, goodness me. This looks a very minor road, so fingers crossed I've seen the last of the A roads now. Rough. This is the primary school. Just around the other side of the tree. I'm sure it's the school holidays at the moment. How cool is that for a primary school? A little thing in the corner. A little thing. And there we start approaching Dunnet Head now, less than 5 miles to go. Car coming the other way. Going round in circles. Just entered a brough a little while ago. Getting closer now. That's where I'm headed. You can see a vehicle just in the distance. Maybe you can. On the camera, I'm not sure. The little white one. It's 2 miles away. So now just within a mile of Dunnet Head, but perhaps more importantly, just within a mile of the end of a pretty epic journey for me. Lizard Point to Dunnet Head, the most southerly to the most northerly. Lizard Point matches Dunnet Head, Land's End matches John O'Groats. But I need to say a few thank yous. Thank you to my wife Paula for putting up with all my efforts to push the name of I Care for Africa. To my sister Nu, who's set up the fundraising page. My cousins Mary and Angela, who've been so supportive. And Kane and Moira, my brother-in-law and sister as well, who've accommodated me. Thanks to everyone who's accommodated me along the journey, and to those who have walked with me as well. In particular Dave, who came and walked 6 days with me. But thanks also to Paul, to Pete, to Mike, to Kipper, to Jeremy, who made considerable effort to come and walk with me as part of the journey. Big thanks to all my optometry classmates who've accommodated me along the journey, and thanks for being part of the journey. I appreciate everyone who's donated and all the support messages and emails I've had along the way. And I guess this last mile is the end of something really special. I've really enjoyed it, but it's time to close the book now and bring this chapter to an end. Thank you, everybody. Not sure these would count as lochs. It'd be just a tarn. Not sure how you describe them. Some little war checkout points during the Second World War, I would imagine. So, Lizard Point on June 4th. And Dunnet Head on August 6th. It's been over 40 kilometres today, about 40.3, and that's over 25 miles. So that's actually the biggest day on trail, quite fitting really. Thanks for joining me in the journey, and time to finish. And so that's the end of the journey. Lizard Point to Dunnet Head, Land's End to John O'Groats. And the final day, as mentioned in the clip, was over 25 miles, which was quite fitting, as it was the longest day on trail. I might do another video in a few days' time, just a short one, just to show the aftermath and just the journey away from the north of Scotland. But for the time being, thank you everyone for your support.